Everyone, so I am out here. It's a little brisk, but it's sunny, so I decided to get out here and get some stuff done. I have all of these containers behind me that I'm going to use again this year, and I also have these beds that I still need to clear out, but I have to amend the soil. So over the winter, I did cover some of the beds with some coffee grounds, and now I need to provide some more nutrients for the bed. So here I have a bag of composted manure, and I have coffee grounds that I got from the local coffee shop. I have some bone meal that I'm going to add, and then I also bought this bag of garden soil. Now, your composted manure, it's important that your manure is composted because the fresh manure can burn the roots of your plants. So make sure your manure is composted. Also, anything that your livestock has eaten, seeds and whatnot, can be planted when you use fresh compost. That's why you see sometimes things start growing out of your compost piles because they haven't been composted yet. So, composted manure. This bag of garden soil I'm not accustomed to using. It says that it feeds up to 3 months. I usually don't buy garden soil because I get free compost from the county, but I have not made my way there yet, and I don't plan on going anytime soon. I do plan on going, but just not yet, and I need to get some things planted. So right now I'm going to be amending these containers because I still have a lot of weeding and cleaning out to do with these beds, and the weather just has not been suitable, and it's not in my favor for me to get out here and want to do those things. So I just wanted to quickly show you guys what I have going on. I have all these containers that I need to amend. I have some things that need to be planted out, and I cannot wait so that in order to go to the compost site to get the free compost. I don't want to wait because I'm not going there anytime soon. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty all these bags out into this wheelbarrow. I'm not going to empty this whole bag, but the manure, the soil, and the coffee grounds I'm going to empty out into the wheelbarrow. And then what I'm going to do is put that on top of these containers. I'm not going to empty the container out. I'm not going to stir it all up with the new stuff. I'm going to put the new stuff on top, and that way when it rains or when I water, those nutrients that are sitting on top will travel down eventually to the roots. So my plants are still small, they're still transplants, and the roots are still shallow. So I'm going to keep all the nutrients at the top of my container until those roots get bigger. By that time the roots will get bigger and the nutrients will have traveled down to the bottom of the container. Not to mention I still have some things that I put in the bottom of the container that are most likely still composting. So there are most likely still nutrients in those containers. All right, so that's the plan. here you guys can see this is the composted manure. It's nice and rich and black, just as it should be. So I like to use these composting coffee filters towards the bottom of new pots and things because they will help retain a lot of moisture. Or I can mulch with them on top of the soil. All right, so that's done. Now we can start on our containers. All right, so here are a couple of containers. The grow bag has lemon balm in it that is coming back. So I'm gonna go ahead and amend that bag so that it has fresh nutrients. And I'm not going to put a lot, just maybe 2 inches in each container. A little bit goes a long way. So it seems like it's a little uneven. I do need to add some more wood chips to the area. That looks a little better. And then this one has, I'll show you guys some lemon balm that's coming back. If you can see it in there. So I want to make sure this grow bag has sufficient nutrients in it. This bed over here is going to get some nutrients. And these containers, I just need to snatch those dead tomato plants out of there, and then I can top them off. So I'll be back. This is my chocolate mint pot. See there, the chocolate mint is starting to come back. This bed here had ground cherries in it, and I'm almost certain I'm gonna have a bunch of volunteers in here. But look at the life in this bed. Look at these red wigglers in here. This was one of the beds I covered with coffee grounds over the winter. And if you didn't know it already, worms love coffee grounds. So there's a lot of organic material in this bed. This is also where I had some of the kale plants here. They look like they're trying to come back, but I'll probably end up taking these out of here. This is one of the reasons why I leave plants in the ground over the winter, is so that the worms have plenty of food to eat. They will eat these roots and things, and they will be happy and stay around. As long as you have food for them, they'll stay around. Look at this. Look at the root system on this collard greens that were in this bed. Isn't that beautiful? And when I pulled this out, I wish I could have had film of that, but it was covered in worms. So they were eating on this root system that was decomposing in the bed. It's very important to have worms in your garden, because just like a worm bin, the worms will eat the decomposing material and they will leave their waste behind. And that's what you want. You want those beautiful worm castings that are just created naturally in the bed. Just saw a big one there, but lost him. I'm just breaking up some of these clumps of coffee grounds that I had in here. Yeah, there he is. So yeah, that's why I leave behind old plant materials over the winter, so that my worms have lots of things to eat. That's a big one there. Because I want them happy. I want them fed. I want them happy. I want them to stay. Now, like I said, I had a bunch of ground cherries that I had let fall in this bed. So I won't be surprised if I end up with a bunch of volunteer ground cherries. I don't know. I might pluck them out. I might move them. I might leave them. Who knows? But yeah, that's... And then these coffee grounds will decompose as well. I'm just gonna spread them around. I don't want any weed seeds coming over here and getting in my beds before I've had a chance to plant and whatnot. These were just the coffee grounds that I had put in over the winter. So this bed is well amended with nitrogen. So we're going to go ahead and put a couple of in there. stir it in a little bit, you know, spread it around. Like I said, when it rains, these nutrients will leach into the bed. All right, well that's that. So this bed is done. This, oh, there's my shadow. This bed is done. This bed is done. I amended some of the mint. That grow bag is done, and that container is done. So I'm gonna move on to these containers here, and then we're gonna plant out my seedlings, my brassicas. All right, guys, so I got a little distracted. I was working on these containers, I was moving along, and then the beans on the fence caught my eye, the dried beans. So then I started to clear off the fence and collect the dry beans. And from there I went over here and I started pulling out the dead pepper plants and trying to get some of these weeds out of here. I think that is a volunteer broccoli. I'm not sure. I think it was one of those rapinis or broccoli rabe plants. Could be wrong, but if anyone can confirm that, I'm probably just going to yank it out anyway. Then I moved over here and I saw the lavender coming up. I had winter sown lavender last year and it was coming back, but I think my plan for this bed is I am going to cover it with cardboard and then build on top of it, because these weeds are just out of control. I am not trying to spend all this time and energy pulling out all of this creeping Charlie. It's too much. So I just wanted to show you guys, I had dug up the lavender from this spot that it was in, and I moved it over here with the lemon balm. So you can see the new growth on the lavender here, down at the bottom, and here too. You can see the green coming in. So I decided to go ahead and dig it all up and move it over here where it can be happy and growing. I'm probably going to end up just doing herbs in this bed, in this bag, I mean. But this bed over here is a mess. It is out of control. There's a volunteer collard green there. I had flowers in here, and I don't even know if these are the flowers I planted or if these are just like some weeds that came up. And then I have some volunteer kale plants over here. I don't remember planting these here last year, but I could be wrong. Oh yeah, there's a big plant there. So yeah, this is actually really lush and green, and it's probably pretty good. But and then I think that's a carrot right there, or a marigold maybe, I don't know. Anyway, the plan for this bed is I'm pulling all of this, whatever is big, these big plants here. These are coming out, and I need to cover this whole bed with cardboard and start over. I need to smother all these weeds out of here. But that's for another video. And then I've got some dead nettle here that just happened to seed itself in this winter sowing container. Odd. So yeah, I'm still working on these containers over here, and I plan on getting my transplants in. This is red cabbage. Yes, Melody. I know you've been looking for it, and I had some seeds, and I don't know what I did with them now. Kale, I've got some kale here, cauliflower, broccoli, and some red cabbage. So these things are going to go out into these containers, and I will continue to work on the rest. And that's what I got going on. Alright guys, real quick, let me show you how I get this transplanted. So this is my seed cell here. I always recycle these as long as they can be recycled. But this is broccoli. I am going to take this. Now I soak them first in water before I transplant, so they're nice and watered. And then I remove any of the seed leaves. These are the first leaves that come out on the plant, and we don't need those. So I'm removing the seed leaves, all of the very first leaves that come onto the plant, so we can get those out of the way. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to gently squeeze this and shimmy it between my two fingers out of the container. There we go. See that? In between my two fingers. Look at that root system. Beautiful. So now what I want to do is I want to open up that root system a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of gently loosen it up so that my roots will spread out and get the nutrients that they need. So I'm just gonna roll it around a little bit, just get those roots loosened up so that they will spread out. All right, so now this is a small bed. I'm only going to be able to fit 2 plants in here, and then I might use the rest of the space for like some lettuce or something like that, but I'm going to do like a diagonal thing. So I'm going to plant this broccoli here. Stick it in there and then cover it up and pat it down. We're supposed to get rain again tonight, so I'm not going to water it. I've already watered it. It's a very well watered seedling, and that's going to go right there. And on the other side I'm going to plant another one. Like I said, probably across this way here, in between the 2 plants, diagonally, I'll probably put like some lettuce or something, because once the broccoli leaves get big, they will shade out the lettuce and it'll be able to grow. Maybe I'll do basil, maybe I'll do chives, who knows. I might just do the chives because I know that chives will repel some of the pests that like to munch on my broccoli. So that's tucked in, and that's it. That's my transplant. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys give it a thumbs up. Please leave me a comment, like, subscribe, ring the bell so that you don't miss anything. I've got a giveaway coming up, so make sure that you guys are looking out for that. All right, guys, till next time, the more you know, the more you grow. Bye.